Hey coffee nerds, welcome back to Java Geekout, and I hope you've had a great weekend. Mine was, well, I finished off the Brazilian and I'm back to my stash of Ethiopian Sidamo, so I think you know how it's going in my house. Today we're going to cup one of my favorites, a South American traditional brew known as café con leche. This is a drink that's common in the Andes Mountains and in the surrounding countries, so while the best way to drink this is just outside the doorway of a mountain cottage in heavy fog in the early morning, you can enjoy it anywhere. Okay, here we are at our coffee making station, and there are four elements to making a great cup of café con leche. So we have the coffee itself, of course, the milk, the mug, and the spoon. So that's those are the four things, and I'm going to talk about those a little bit now. So here we have milk. This is full cream milk from Clover. It's in cardboard, and this is important. There are two ways that are really the best to have milk packaged right. So one is in cardboard. This one has the plastic thing, which is a compromise, but that's all right. It's not a big deal. The other way is to come right out of the udder. The udder storage is really ideal for milk, but you know that's not available here. So the next best thing, full cream milk, and this one is extended life. And if that's not available in your area, that's all right. You can just use other kinds of full cream, or you can use whole milk if you're in the United States. The next thing is the coffee itself. Now this is full, I don't know if you can see that, full roast, pure instant coffee, 100% pure coffee. And I want you to see this. It says here, for best use before date, see bottom of jar. So this one, I'm going to just turn this around so you can see it. Says, I think that's June the 20th. So it's only May now. So June the 20th is still no, it's only April now. So it's 2 months away, 3 months away. So we're still good on this. All right. And then we have the spoon. This is, some people say that the sterling silver is the best. This one is silver plated, so it's pretty close. There is one little spot on the back there. I don't know if you can see that where it's worn away, but that's not going to affect our flavor a whole lot. You know, it's better obviously if it's not, but that's all right too. Okay, and the last thing is to have a mug, and usually these are labeled in a wildly inappropriate manner. And so that's something that we always look for in a good café con leche mug. Okay, now it's time to measure the milk into the mug, and I'm watching the weight here, just so I'm sure that I get it right, and I'm going to fill that up to about 313 grams. That's what I've got here. That's what I'm measuring here. And then we're going to just take this right over to the microwave, and then we'll zero this out later, the scale when we actually measure the coffee. Obviously, the only piece of equipment you'll need is a microwave. My microwave here is a Samsung. Let's see, I can't. It's hard to read. That's ME9144ST. The main thing you need to remember is that this is a 220 volt. No, is that watts? It's volts. It's 220 volts microwave. So we'll be using that today. It does have the rotating plate, and I know you'll notice that there's some debris on the plate. That's because this is a carefully seasoned microwave. So there are some people who insist on cleaning it every time. That's not always desirable. Okay, I've placed the mug in the microwave, but I want you to notice that I did not put it in the center of the microwave. I put it out on the edge. It gets a more even heating through the volume of the milk that way. So I'm going to go ahead and close that, and I'm going to put in 2 minutes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go a little longer than that, 220. And the reason is that the time doesn't matter. We just want to make sure that it actually gets hot enough before it stops. I'm not going to let it run the full time. I'm going to be actually watching the surface of the milk as it boils. Now, the important thing, I know in other kinds of coffee, you want to make sure that you're controlling the temperature of the coffee. In making café con leche, it's actually important to scald the milk. You're gonna take it above boiling. It will actually begin to boil over, and you want to get it just before it spills over the edge of the mug. So we'll come back to that. Okay, I'm beginning to see it start to foam over now, so I'm going to just let that come around to the front now, and we'll open it up. Yeah, there we go. You can see that foam just settling down on the top. That's good. All right, we're going to just take that over to our coffee making station. And I always clear out the microwave after, when you stop it, before it's time. Otherwise, somebody pushes the button in it, and it ends up starting with nothing in it, which we know is harmful to this model of microwave. Now you'll take your spoon. This is a tricky part, just to make sure you don't burn yourself. This is just a safety issue. There will be a skin on top of this mug, so you need to grab it with a spoon and lift it off like that. Just let it drip once or twice, and then just eat that. That's good. And the other thing it does is it pre-moistens the spoon for use in the coffee. So I'm going to open this up now, and I will see I have a really nice solid puck of instant coffee in here, and that's because we're in kind of a humid place. Although it's not as humid, we're on the east side of a hill, so it's a little less humid than it would be on the other side. But still, we have some clumping issues here. So we're just gonna bang that a little bit, kind of try to break up that puck. There we go. All right, that's pretty good. All right, and I'm going to do this. And oh, I forgot to zero my scale here. Okay, there we go. We're going to put in exactly. Let's see, that's 3 grams. Let's put in 5. That's just right. Now I'm trying to put this in the center, and you'll see. I'm going to try to get this over the top here so you can see it. See that this sits right on top of the coffee. There's some of it what you can't see is that it's dripping down underneath, that some of that powder is dissolving as we're talking. Now what's happening is between the dry powder and the part that's dissolving in the bottom is kind of a crust or scum that you want to make sure dissolves well. So we're going to just go ahead and push that in, and then I'm going to stir this from the bottom, not from the top. Stir from the bottom. Try to keep the dry stuff off the edge of the mug, because if you get the dry on the edge of the mug, it's really hard to scrape off. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. And you know, I left something out of our materials. Oh, there's a little bit of dry on the back there, so I'm going to have to just press that against the side and try to get that off. There is something I forgot, and I'm sure you know what it is. This is it. Did you guess? It's sugar. Now, sugar is optional in many kinds of coffee. It is not optional in café con leche. This is something that must be there. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out here, and I'm going to put in 2 spoons of sugar here. So this is one. Some people call this 2 sugars, and I think that's just very imprecise. And and this there is some to taste here that we can use, but I'm going to use 2 now. There's not a lot of sugar in this bowl, so I'm putting in 4 half teaspoons, obviously, which is the same as 2 teaspoons. I've let the sugar settle to the bottom now. I didn't stir it so much. I just let it settle to the bottom. It gets saturated there, and then once it's at the bottom, then you can begin to move it around, and you can feel it. You can feel it with your hand, especially if you have sterling silver. But even with a silver plate, you can feel the crystals in the bottom kind of crunching, and then as you stir, it goes away. It becomes smooth, and that's when you know that sugar is dissolving really nicely. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you don't leave the spoon in. Now you'll see here that there's a second scum on the spoon. This is normal and good, and some people who like café con leche, they'll stick with just the first scum, but I like it at the second scum.
Well, that's it for this episode of Java Geek Out. I hope you're all holding a hot, steaming, inappropriate mug of café con leche in your hands. Remember to follow me and like my channel. If you're anywhere in North America, hop in the car. Well, that's it for this episode of Java Geek Out. I hope you're all holding a hot, steaming, inappropriate mug of café con leche in your hands. Remember to follow and like my channel. And if you're anywhere in North America, hop in the car and go over to Third Place Coffee in Bonner Springs, Kansas. It's my sister's place, and she makes even better coffee than I do.